Throughout August, we've been sharing free episodes from our Patreon exclusive shows to give you a glimpse of what we offer on patreon.com/kindafunny during our August Patreon pledge drive. To sweeten the deal, we've just released the first episode to everybody of 20 Minutes of Tears, an 8-episode Let's Play series with Greg Miller and Brian Altano diving into Tears of the Kingdom. If you enjoy it, all 8 episodes are out right now on patreon.com/kindafunny for all members at the $10 tier or above. Thank you for supporting the wild adventure that is Kinda Funny. If you haven't joined in yet, kindly consider doing so before the month concludes. Thank you all so much. What's up and welcome back to Kinda Funny Games Daily for Tuesday, August 29th, 2023. Of course, I am Tim Geddes and I'm joined by Blessing Adeoye Jr.
Did the smoke machines give a little bit more oomph today?
There was a little more oomph than normal. Whoa,
yeah,
like, what the hell? That
yeah,
was
okay, I was gonna say, because like this one right here.
It sounds like it revved up for a second before it fucking unleashed on us.
That freaked me out. God damn. Tim, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Doing real great.
I like the shirt.
Yeah, it's the original prototype actually of the Portillo shirt that
you look good in it, by the way.
I mean, I look like I'm busted out of it, but it's okay. It's okay. I appreciate
but like
that.
it fits right though. Like it fits right in all the right places.
Thank you. I will take that. I will take that as a win today. Yeah. Anyway, I saw this in our merch closet and no one's taken it, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna take this thing because it's a good color. So wearing it today, feeling good.
Do you know if they have a small?
There might be. You should go check. But again, these are the prototype ones, so like there are very few ever made.
I mean, that is more. I'm gonna find one. I'm gonna probably sell it online for a higher price.
Exactly.
I've learned from these PS5 people. No, I gotta.
No differences.
Sell it for $3,000. Who wants it?
But yeah, I'm having a great morning. My favorite type of morning is one that I check Slack, and instead of there being a fire I need to put out or like some horrible news story, it's Blessing slacking me saying, "Hey, there's a new trailer out. Don't watch it."
Yes.
That means that I got some goods to watch.
Oh yeah.
And we got one of those today in the form of a Mortal Kombat 1 trailer. So can't wait to see that. Because my mind starts going like, what could it be? What could be so exciting for the 15th Mortal Kombat 1 trailer that Bless wants me to see?
Here's what I'll say. Don't overhype yourself, but you're going to have a good time.
Okay,
You're going to have
That's
a good
all
time
I want.
live reacting to this trailer.
That's all that I want, because this is Kinda Funny Games Daily, where each and every weekday we get together to talk about video game news, all the stuff that you need to know about it. Of course, today's stories include a new Nintendo Direct is coming, but it's not what you think, or it might be what you think if you're smart at all. Astro getting a trademark and more. If you're watching live, you can correct stuff when we get it wrong by going to kindafunny.com/you're-wrong. If you don't want to watch live, you can watch later on youtube.com/kindafunnygames or roosterteeth.com. If you want to listen, though, search your favorite podcast service for Kinda Funny Games Daily, and we will be right there for you. But if you wanted to go above and beyond, patreon.com/kindafunny is where you want to go. Just like our Patreon producers, Jedi Master Deadpool, Delaney Twining, and Logan Delaney have done. Thank you also very much. Because of your support, you get to watch the show ad-free. And isn't that fantastic? To be part of the show, you can go to kindafunny.com/KFGD to write in your questions and all of that stuff. And you can also go to the Epic Creator Store and use our code KINDAFUNNY. And at no extra cost to you. When you're buying games, money comes to us. It's fantastic, and it helps us feed our dogs and friends. Some housekeeping
our dogs
for you.
And friends. Are you feeding your friends?
You know what I mean? I like to go out and I like to put my card down when I have the means, when I have the ability. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't even Venmo me for this one. I got this.
I got this.
Yeah,
I got
close down your Venmo.
You know what? Exactly. That all
turn off the Zelle
from Epic Creator Codes. Little housekeeping for you. It's time for liftoff. Starfield set to launch at the end of the week, and Kinda Funny will be your home for the ultimate marathon stream into this new Bethesda universe. Starting Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific, Mike and the crew will take you to the stars with your support and stream for as long as you want it. This is a very, very special stream. Mike's just going for it. Like, this is an actual marathon stream where he can go 24 hours or potentially beyond. We'll see how this all goes. And the coolest thing is, it is his very first time playing this game. Mike has been very excited for a new Bethesda experience, very excited for a new Xbox experience, very excited for a new stream experience. So that's why he was like, I want to do this. I want to go all out. So everyone, please show up for him this weekend. It's about to be absolutely wild. And he hasn't touched the game. That's the craziest part to me.
Yeah, I'm excited to check this out.
Yeah.
This is going to be a fun time.
Definitely going to be fun. And more Starfield fun is on the way. The Starfield review is on the way with Parris and the Gamescast crew this Thursday. Don't forget, the Xcast has your back with a Your Starfield Questions Answered episode. So write into kindoffunny.com/Xcast with your Starfield questions so Parris, Gary, and Greg can answer them all ahead of release. And also, Saw 2 in review is up now. You can check it out. I know it might not be for everybody. Just watch the in reviews. They're great episodes. We're absolutely crushing it. We're having such a good time. If you've ever been a fan of Saw, I highly recommend checking these out. We are having a blast with this so far. It's Joey and Nick's first time. Joey's just audio only on this episode, but it's Joey and Nick's first time watching the franchise, and they're obsessed with it. Me, Andy, and Alfredo are returning to it for the upteenth time, and we are still obsessed with it. So check it out. Today we're brought to you by Rocket Money and Netflix's One Piece, but we'll tell you about that later. For now, let's begin with what is and forever will be the Roper Report. It's time for some news. We have 5 stories today.
A baker's dozen.
Story number 1.
What is up with the smoke machine?
This one just goes. That one goes.
It's like fucking Super Saiyan 2 Goku over here.
We might need to turn that one off. Now you guys are scaring me.
It's not that much different, but like it is.
It has a gusto today.
Yeah. Super effective. The next Nintendo Direct's been announced. Nintendo America tweeted, "Join us for an in-depth look at Mario's latest 2D side-scrolling adventure in the live-streamed Super Mario Bros. Wonder Direct." August 31st, 7 a.m. Pacific, roughly 15 minutes. Bear, can you bring up this tweet real quick? Oh,
Give me a sec.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize there wasn't a link to it. I just want to talk about the fact that it's exciting to me that this is not only the first new 2D Mario platformer in a decade, it is also the introduction of Daisy as a character in 2D play.
Oh, has that not happened?
No. And that was always the funniest thing, is for as many new Super Mario Bros. Games there's been. Like, I remember the Wii one, the Wii U one. It was like, all right, cool. It's 4-player co-op in a Mario game. Who do we got? We got Mario.
Yep.
We got Luigi.
Yep.
We got Blue Toad. We got Yellow Toad.
Hey, yo.
We got multiple Toads.
Cool as hell.
Hey, shout out to the boy, right? And, you know, Blue Toad, technically the original one from the Mario 2, at least.
He's the best!
And then you get to include...
Really good, Barrett.
It's really good. And then you had a Peach as the final one, or Toadstool, excuse me, in Super Mario Brothers 2. But this is cool to me that like we're just getting some new characters. I don't know if the Yoshis are playable or if they're just, if you ride them. I imagine you just ride them
probably
in this.
Yeah.
But it's cool, right?
I'm very excited for this. One thing I will point out is with this image that Barrett has pulled up, this is something that Roger pointed out to me because he's, of course, making the thumbnail for this episode. What's up with the background in this image? It's the checkerboard, like clear, transparent background from Photoshop, but like done in the most like weird ways. Like Roger's the one that pointed this out to me. This is weird, right?
It looks bizarre. It looks like a mistake, but it's not, I don't think.
That's Nintendo, right? I mean, you know, I have some theories about that, actually.
Nintendo.
Some Nintendo lore theories, Mario lore theories. The checkerboard, obviously a very iconic background set piece in the older games, like Mario 3 specifically. A lot of the castles had that, like that look to it. In Mushroom Kingdom, I feel like the actual kingdom element, we get that checkerboard. Me and you talked about this, like, in Mario Sunshine, in one of the last levels in the volcano, there's like remnants of it, which I thought was really cool. But then in the last couple games, like even Mario 3D World, we did get like the transparent pipes, right?
Oh yeah.
So I feel like this to me is kind of like a melding of those aesthetics a little bit, more like transparent checkerboards. I don't know.
Very
it's
interesting.
A stretch, but you know what? It's what we're doing here.
I mean, look. This game is stretching out Mario. Do you think we get stretchy Mario in this game?
Well, we're getting Elephant Mario, right? And
we are.
They announced there was some more info here. Where did I see it? It must have been the actual PR release of this thing. But they were saying, hey, we're gonna talk more about Mario Wonder and some of the other abilities. So it's like, I imagine here that, you know, we've kind of been hinted in the past over the last couple of weeks from different countries posting their promotion for this game, which can always get interesting because there's translation errors or just localization in kind of a weird way. And sometimes the way that they pluralize things or don't can make something sound one way, but it actually ends up being another. But I would assume that each character is going to have a unique ability, like transformation form. Like, I don't think we're going to get like a Peach elephant.
Oh, you
an
don't think we get Elephant Toad and Elephant Daisy?
No, I think that they'll
You think
get
we get like a peach giraffe?
maybe, that would make sense. I mean, the thing
Yeah, I
is,
mean, if it is like a power up that is you hit the box and out comes some like generic animal transformation thing, and every character grabs that and turns into something different. That would that was Stretchy Mario right there. But that would be like a different way to approach it for Mario, right? Because we usually don't see that. And I think that's a really cool idea. Gives you more
can you go
reason.
back to that Mario and pause on it?
Because is he in a pipe? What's
I
going
am
on there?
Too immature to look at this.
Did you not see all of the posts about
No, I
this when
didn't.
this trailer
I
came
don't
out?
remember
Yeah,
that. Go
no,
back a couple
everybody's talking
frames,
about how
keep
he looks
going.
like a big old dick.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
there
he
we
looks
go.
like a oh,
Like, look at his little legs.
Oh,
Those are
God.
the testicles.
Oh.
Those are the testicles,
Oh, no.
everybody.
Oh.
Holy hell.
Penile Mario. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But yeah, no, I'm very excited to see all the power ups. I guess my thing is, and this is more a question for you, Tim. What do you want to see out of this direct? They got 15 minutes to work with here. How much can they tell us in 15 minutes? And is there anything that you hope to see in particular out of this direct?
So I'm ashamed of myself right now for not readily having this information available. But when Nintendo does these very specific 15-minute, we're talking about one game directs, has there ever been other announcements in them? Or is it always focused? I know there was like the Mario Anniversary one that did focus on a couple different things. But I'm not expecting any announcements from this. I'm expecting a pure focus on Wonder. The game's coming out in a little less than 2 months now.
Yeah, October.
So it's not as close as I keep thinking it is, but it is still pretty close. I just want to see more of the game because I've been really all over the place with this one. Where originally seeing it, I'm like, this isn't different enough looking than Mario, the new Super Mario Brothers look for me to have complete faith just from the jump that this is going to be the 2D Mario game that I've been waiting for. But the more I look at it, the more I'm like, I think that I'm just like jumping to conclusions where the art style is different enough. And more than the art style, what the game seems to be offering looks very different. It does seem a bit more open adventure, almost collectathon-y. And I think that that's a good direction for 2D Mario to go. So I'm excited for them to kind of just show how different this game is. Even seeing the original trailer, it looks like each level has reasons to kind of go back and get scores on it and things like that. I like that. I feel like seeing all the little purple collectibles in addition to the coins, I'm feeling like they're building out a different type of Mario game that is something that I really appreciate. Like if they could meld the Mario 64 format with the more obstacle-based 2D platforming, that sounds like a dream game, right?
Yeah, I mean that sounds like it'd be wonderful, and that sounds like it would take advantage of a lot of the things. Oh, it would be wonderful, and that sounds like it takes advantage of the things that people really love about the classic 2D Mario games, right? It is about the secrets. It is about looking around the levels more and like actually kind of like doing some detective work of like, oh, what if I take this route over here, right? What if I stand on this white panel and like hold down for 10 seconds and then like, oh wait, I can fucking fall behind the thing, right? Or what if I jump over the tube to get to the secret tubes that'll take me to the other levels, right? Like those kind of secrets are what make Mario. And 3D Mario provides such a great landscape to like mess around with that stuff, right? All Mario 64 is, at least for me, right, is secrets. Oh man, this wall is kind of weird. I can jump into it. Oh man, why is there a painting in this mirror but it's not there in real life? Oh shit, that leads me to a level. Oh man, what's this light peering down from the ceiling? Let me look up. Oh shit, now I got the wing Mario, right? Like that is I think that's where so much of the magic of Mario comes in. And if Mario Wonder can bring in a lot more of that, I think that is what could elevate 2D Mario.
See, and that's what gets very complicated for the place that Mario is in, this being the I don't know, upwards of 10th mainline 2D Mario installment over decades at this point of being the standard of what a 2D platformer can be. I feel like it's redefined it. It's added so much, but also I feel like the expectations are so high that when something like New Super Mario Bros. U comes out with great level design, amazing secrets, people don't care.
Yeah.
People don't think of them as being that special because we're trained to look left in the beginning of a level. We're trained to search out certain things because we've had 30 years of them teaching us the language of secrets in a Mario game. So I feel like they have an even bigger hurdle to jump there to give us that feeling because we've had Mario 64. And why is it, Bless, that playing other 3D Mario games doesn't make us feel that way? It's because we've done that, And I feel like we kind of expect it. And so not only do the secrets need to be bigger and better and more frequent, but at a certain point, they just need to be completely different. And I don't know what they could do.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's Nintendo, man.
I mean, it goes back to our conversation about 2D platformers and the videos, the multiple videos we've made now about the top 10 2D platformers. How many 2D platformers can you fit in a top 10 list? All this stuff. 2D platformers are such a very like direct genre, right? It's like, I know what a 2D platformer is. There's innovation that can be had, right? But like at a certain point, you're just jumping over obstacles. You're getting power-ups. You're doing the thing, and that's what a 2D platformer boils down to. How much innovation can you really see? And I think it is on Nintendo. The opus is on them to figure that out, right? Because we've had games like Tropical Freeze, right? Which I've not played through Tropical Freeze yet. But I was watching some videos on TikTok because the algorithm knows me.
Yep.
I came across some TikTok lives of Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, and like, I was blown away by some of this level design. I was blown away by how by like the aesthetic of a lot of these levels. We played Celeste as well, and that's the game that feels like it pushes things forward.
So I think that we're getting to something really interesting here, which is what makes a 2D platformer actually incredibly special and not just amazing, right? Like there was that echelon of like, I feel like they've accomplished so much 10 out of 10s over the years in different games, different iterations of the same franchise, different franchises, retro games, all of that. But there's an evolution when it comes to the gameplay of 2D platformers that I feel like the gameplay has evolved so much into the Super Meat Boy, the Celeste.
Yeah.
It's a bit more hyper technical, speedy, lots of abilities of momentum and mobility that Mario hasn't really done. Mario instead triples down on the secrets and the charm of it all. And I feel like I want to see a melding somewhere. And I don't expect that Mario is going to have Celeste type gameplay, boost type gameplay, anything like that. I don't think that it should, right? No. Mario is Mario for a reason. But it's funny, even looking at Mario's 3D output, where how he feels and controls in 64, Sunshine, Galaxy, Odyssey are all so different, and the feeling is what gives those games the most identity.
Yes.
Where it's just fun to move around, it's fun to backflip and jump and do the it's complicated to do wall jumps in Mario 64, but it's satisfying when you get it right. Whereas Celeste, that's the game, right? It's built around those wall jumps, it's built around the snappy mobility stuff. So I'm really interested in how far Nintendo can push the charm of Mario Wonder to feel like something special in 2023.
And I think that's where they're going to double down on. I think they're going to double down on charm. That's what I hope to see out of this direct. I want to see even less of what the power-ups are, because I think that's usually what the main selling point of a new 2D Mario is, of, hey, Mario can turn into a cat, Mario can turn into an elephant. You know, like I think those things are cool. What I really want to see is how Mario Wonder levels up the game in terms of what the different environments are, what the different themes of the levels are, right? Like, I want to see that Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze level of, oh snap, like y'all are really going for it with how you present these levels. I want to see that out of Mario, because we have that every now and then in even the new Super Mario Brothers stuff, right? Like I forget what level it was exactly, but there was a cool, I think it was like Starry Night actually, in New Super Mario Brothers U.
Yes.
That level was fucking dope as hell. And we didn't get, I feel like we could have had a game full of those levels. I want Wonder to be full of those levels.
So that is, again, such a good point you're bringing up there. When we talk about 2D platformers in the last 10 years or so, there is, maybe even more than 10 years at this point, but there are a handful of standout levels or ideas that stick with us. And I think that level, that Starry Night level, stands out to all of us because it looked different. It was one of the only levels in that game that looked different than what we've seen before. When you look at Rayman Origins and Legends, those music levels, where it's like everything was rhythm-based and you're running, or Donkey Kong Country Returns kind of introduced the like the silhouetted look of like the sunset with the black and playing with that Tropical Freeze having a couple levels that
I think one of those is the one I saw in Tropical Freeze when I was watching the TikTok.
I mean, it's amazing, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's those type of ideas that I want to see in Wonder. And I think that Wonder's such a weird name for a Mario game, right?
Yeah.
But then you think about it a little more and you're like, it might be perfect for what we're talking about.
I mean,
like,
that's what it feels.
Double down on the Wonder side
when
of it.
You
Where
look
I don't want just one Starry Night. I want all Starry Nights. I don't want just one moment of a gimmick that we've never seen before. I want it to be constantly making me go, wow. Because going back to my point about Celeste and stuff, not only do we have Celeste, we also have Mario Maker. The last major 2D Mario experience that we've had has been Mario Maker 1 and 2. And those have allowed us to play all those technical gameplay, run through speed stuff.
That's the thing. If I want the Celeste experience out of Mario, I can probably just play Mario Maker and find a bunch of levels that are taking advantage of how satisfying the gameplay is and making you interact with it on this technical level. What we got out of that Starry Night level from New Super Mario Brothers U, I think you can make a full game out of that. And I think Nintendo knows what they need to do in order to make this game stand out and charm us all, right? And I think that is, hey, let's consistently bring the bangers in terms of these different kind of levels that make people say wow, right? Like that is what really worked that's what stood out out of the Wii U game. I think that's what you can do to like really make this game and define this game and make it something special. And so I hope to see that.
In order for Mario Wonder to be a success in my book, I want a moment that can stand up there with the sun in Mario 3. Do you get what I'm saying? Like a moment that it's like we never saw it coming, but we'll never forget.
Okay, I get that. Yeah.
Right? Like, and again, that's just a small little moment of a background thing starts chasing you in the level. And it's just felt so fresh. And I feel like
Mario 3, I feel like is a game full of what we're talking about right now.
Absolutely.
Like you get to the I forget the name of the world, but it's like the big world, small world type thing. You get there and you're like, what the fuck is it? You get to the pipe world and it's like, what the fuck is going on here? There are so many wild themes in Mario 3. Bring that back. Like that is what I want to see. I want to see that level of creativity and that level of like weirdness. And I want to see beyond that level of weirdness, honestly.
Co-op 64 writes in and says, good morning, Bless and Tim. With the announcement of a Mario Wonder Direct coming this Thursday, I was wondering if you think that this is the last we'll hear from Nintendo this year. The past 2 years, we've been treated with September Directs, but I just don't see that happening. Feeling that the Switch successor will be next time we hear from Nintendo in a major way next year. Thanks for what you do, Co-op 64.
Yeah, so this is really interesting, the fact that this Direct is coming, is it September? No, it's the last day of August, which makes me feel like we might not get a September Direct, because that would be a pretty quick back-to-back if they did do that. It's not impossible, but I would be a little surprised. And yeah, based on us getting this Direct, I wouldn't be surprised either if we don't see Nintendo come back with a Direct until next year.
I can almost guarantee there will be another Nintendo Direct this year, and I think that with all the evidence that we have brewing, I think it'll be September. There's been a lot of the leaker crowds talking about it, hinting at it, and I know that's always the case. But when you just look at how Nintendo's been promoting their games recently and the fact that there is still a slate of games coming out this year for Nintendo and early next year, and there's still like a bunch of open-ended things like what is the name of this Princess Peach game?
Next year's the last year of the Switch for sure.
It feels like it, right? I do think we'll get another one, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was September. That feels right for Nintendo.
Chat rightly brings up Mario RPG as well. Like they're gonna want to do some marketing around that, so I can see that like easily being like a centerpiece kind of thing for a smaller type of direct.
Yeah, and I don't see it getting its own one either, Mario RPG.
Right,
so
right.
I feel like that could make sense. But yeah, and it's weird where I have no reason to fully believe this, but something in my gut tells me that it's going to be a real Nintendo Direct. I don't know if it's going to be an amazing Nintendo Direct, but I think that it will not be a partner presents or a third-party showcase or whatever the fuck. It'd be like, no, this is straight, not a mini. Like, it's a Nintendo Direct.
I hope so, man. I find it so hard to believe just because, we bring up Mario RPG. How much more do you need to tell us about Mario RPG, right? Like we got that original trailer. It's a remake, so we know what that game is. And I think the people that are excited about that game are already as excited as they're going to be for it, because that is one where you're bringing back in that fan base from back in the day and hopefully getting in new people, right? But like people know what that is. That is already on the table. And the other game that you're getting from Nintendo, aside from Pokemon stuff, right? Because usually that's a Pokemon company thing, is WarioWare Move It. And like, I don't think they're going to do that for like, unless they already have a direct happening, right? Like, I don't think you make a direct just so you can then promote those two games. I think those two games already stand alone pretty well by themselves. And so then the question becomes, let's say let's say the idea is a bigger Nintendo Direct that isn't a partner showcase. What are the big things you're talking about? What are the big highlight moments? And like, what is the purpose? Are you defining the rest of 2023? Are you defining of what 2024 looks like? Do you need to do that right now, or could you wait until, let's say, a Game Awards, if you have a thing you want to announce? If you want to tell us the name of that Princess Peach game, could you just tell us that at Game Awards?
Yeah.
If you have another game you want to announce, if you have Metroid Prime 4, if God shines down on us and you have Metroid Prime 4, maybe you talk about that at Game Awards, or maybe that's a direct that is early, but let's say February, because there's always a February thing too.
Yeah. I mean, you're bringing up good points. I don't know. I just feel like with the way that they've been releasing information and how their Nintendo Direct went last time with all the games they announced, I feel like with how Nintendo rolls, there's enough to update. And I don't know how satisfying that'll be for all of us, but I do think they can use this September spot, potentially even an October spot, but I'm leaning September just based on previous history of Nintendo Directs. Having said that, I always say, don't trust a pattern with Nintendo. The WNDs are abound. But I do think it can focus more on the beginning of 2024 as well and kind of build the case going into Black Friday and the holidays. Like the Switch, I mean, I don't know if we're actually going to talk about this as a story, but the Switch has finally eclipsed the Wii in terms of hardware sales as of a couple days ago. Nintendo's going to want to just keep that going, right? Like if this is the end of the Switch, even if it's not the end of the Switch, like create a fervor around it this holiday season.
I guess I guess that makes a lot of sense, right? Yeah, push for Black Friday, push for the holiday season. I think my other thing too is like talking about 2024. I mean, is 2024 already set in terms of you're gonna get that Princess Peach thing, you're gonna get Luigi's Mansion, you're gonna get like these handful of like Switch closure games while they take their time and like start ramping up to what the next Switch successor is gonna be. Like I wouldn't be surprised if next year is just a straight up dead year for Nintendo until we get to the fall and they release a new console.
Yeah, I mean, so many factors at play, and I know we're going to talk about this so much, so I don't want to go on too long right now, but like, we don't know that it's fall. The next Switch could be March. It could be June. It could be, you know, whatever. Yeah. It could not be next year.
But do we believe that though?
I don't know. I mean,
does it feel like that? It's not in the air.
We need to, I mean, it's starting to be in the air, isn't it?
But like not for next spring, not for March.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be March. But I mean, I don't necessarily think it's gonna be fall over June or something like that.
Here's the thing: it's also too early to be even smelling the spring air. You know, like it's too early to even tell. Because when did they announce the Switch, Tim?
October.
It was October 2016, and then that thing came out 5-6 months later.
But like leading into that though, there was so much talk about the NX and like we had a project name. And I forget if that was official or if that was a leaked thing, but like we were talking about it in a way where it felt like
I remember there were like leaked images of like what is it, like the of like the product, like basic product images and stuff for like a year. So that's a good point.
We should search for Kind of Funny Games Daily for headlines of like next Switch.
Next Switch,
because there has been a lot. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
I feel like it's been very, very similar of how much talk's been going on. I mean, even the last week, there's been a ton of rumors circulating.
Yeah, but like in the podcast that I would listen to back before the Switch came out, like that last year felt like it's around the corner. Like,
but it was bullshit though. Like that was all nonsense lies and people like taking pictures from reflections from a Canadian house.
Oh yeah, I remember
you know what I
that.
mean?
Yeah.
God, the NX times were fucking.
What was the house in Canada?
I don't know. It was a studio. It wasn't even a house.
But it was like that wasn't the NX side. We have to
house.
remember that was the Wii U era. You know, like it was.
That is true. Okay, that's a really good point. Actually,
man.
we're thirsty as hell for a new Nintendo console, and we're not. Well, I guess now we kind of are, but like it's different.
It's not the same type of thirst.
It's not the same kind of thirst for sure.
Somehow it's louder thirst though. I feel like I hear it so like the gurgles. You know what I mean? I don't know why they're.
I feel like that's more hunger than thirst.
There's a whole lot of shit going on. I lost the.
I am hungry for a new Switch, I guess.
Yeah, I am very hungry for it. Anyways, story number 2. An Astro bot trademark has been filed by Sony. Ooh-wee. This comes from Michael Leary at PlayStation Lifestyle. Astrobot welcomed in the PS5 with Astro's Playroom, and judging by a new trademark, Sony isn't done with the little mascot. Sony's filed a trademark for the series. Spotted by Gamatsu, Sony Interactive Entertainment's filed 2 trademarks for Astrobot in Europe. There's not much in these trademarks, but they were filed on August 25th and list Sony Interactive Entertainment as the owner. The listings also don't point to any specific title either. It's not uncommon for these types of listings to foreshadow a title, but this one only has the franchise name with no subtitles. So yesterday, I was talking to somebody on some show about video games, right? And me and PSVR came up, and at some point I was like, I want to borrow Blesses. I want to play a little Gran Turismo over the weekend, but what I really want to do is sit with Tetris Effect connected and just get the experience everyone's told me about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then everyone's like, Tim, fuck that. You need to play Astrobot Rescue Mission, right?
1000%.
You fucking have to. And you told me a million. I feel like the tradesies we have is Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze
and Astrobot.
Astro, where it's like, we just know that the other's going to love it. So I was like, I'll do that. And then I was like, wait. Is it not on PSVR 2? And then Greg's like, it's not. And we're like, there's no way it's not.
You're right.
And then we Googled it. And yeah,
You
Google,
would have to get
Reddit.
the old. Oh,
confirmed.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I couldn't let you borrow my PSVR 2 to play Astrobot. What the fuck?
So that's what this is?
Oh, you think this is Astrobot Rescue Mission being ported to
I do.
PSVR 2? I mean, that'd be
think it-
smart.
I mean, I hope beyond hope we're getting an actual like Astro Playroom, like full game experience in some way, because
Yeah.
that would be freaking incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think this is going to be Rescue Mission on VR2.
Damn, I didn't even think about that. I mean, eventually we're going to get a Astrobot console game for PS5, like a full-fledged thing. I hope, because that would be the smartest idea of all time. Like that's how you make a franchise blow up right there, right? Like that's how you create a new Little Big Planet, Ratchet. But honestly, like I think even bigger than those because Astrobot is so fucking solid in this gameplay that yeah, I think you have to make a console version of that game. But an Astrobot Rescue Mission port for PSVR 2 would also be very smart, and they 1000% should do it because that's an excellent game that people who have PSVR 2 deserve to have access to. And so, yeah, like I think this could be either thing. I think it makes sense for the port. I hope that port happens soon. I hope it gets announced at the next State of Play.
I think that an Astrobot, like full featured 3D platformer on PS5,
Yeah.
I mean, that could be like a Tim Geddes Game of the Year contender.
I mean,
Like
that 1000%, right? Like, I think the only thing that held back Astrobot or Astro's Playroom, like the PS5 launch title, is just the fact that it was more of a tech demo than anything, right? But like, even as a 2-hour long tech demo, that's still a fucking fantastic game. Like, that is still that's a masterpiece of a tech demo.
Oh, dude.
It was on our top
That's-
5 or 10 or whatever we did that year.
Which makes sense.
Deserves
Yeah.
it, man. Yeah, I platinumed it. I love it. I haven't played it since, but I was telling Greg this when I get my PlayStation Portal, I'm gonna play through it again. That feels like a great entry point of just 2 hours just sitting there with the haptic feedback.
Yeah, dude. Oh, man.
Let's go, man.
Let's go.
But anyway, exciting news. And hopefully for me, I know this isn't going to be exciting for most people out there. I mean, that's probably not even true. I'm sure there's a lot of people that haven't experienced the first one.
Mhm.
I do hope that one of these is Rescue Mission being ported to VR2 so I can play it.
That it shocks me that it's not playable on VR2. I would have I knew this information technically,
Yeah.
but I just didn't
You
think
won't
about it.
accept it.
Yeah, like I didn't think about the fact that if I let you borrow my PSVR 2, that wouldn't work. I do have a PSVR 1 sitting
I
at
know.
home.
No.
I will say it probably has a lot of dust on
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
And you're gonna
man.
have to use a PlayStation Move or
There's-
something. No, actually, no. That uses a DualShock 4. Use a DualShock 4. You don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that. I definitely don't. But you know what I do want to do? Tell you to go to patreon.com/kindoffunny to get the show ad free. But for everyone else, here's a word from our sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Rocket Money. Every single person I know that has tried Rocket Money has been shocked at how many subscriptions they have that they forgot about. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions. It monitors your spending and it helps you lower your bills all in one place. Most people think they're spending about $80 a month on their subscriptions when in reality, it might be closer to 200 plus when you're signed up for so many things like streaming services you use to watch one show or free trials for delivery you don't use. It's so easy to lose track of what you're actually paying for. With Rocket Money, you can easily cancel the ones you don't want with just the press of a button. No more long hold times or annoying emails with customer service. Rocket Money does all the work for you. Stop wasting your money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and manage your money the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/kindafunny. That's rocketmoney.com/kindafunny. rocketmoney.com/kindafunny. This episode is brought to you by One Piece on Netflix. The global phenomenon One Piece has finally gotten a live action adaptation on Netflix. This is an incredible world ruled by pirates, filled with never before seen superpowers and a hunt for a legendary treasure called the One Piece. It's an epic action adventure about following your dreams, searching for treasure, and ultimately finding your chosen family. The series was made by fans, for fans, old and new. Showrunners Matt Owens and Steven Maeda are huge fans of the manga and come at their work from a fan-first perspective while still allowing new audiences to discover and fall in love with this story. Manga creator Ichiro Oda was involved in every step of the process at a level which was never seen before in any previous live-action manga adaptation. One Piece is an action-packed, warm-hearted, and joyful adventure that you don't want to miss. Don't miss One Piece on Netflix, August 31st. And now it's time for story number 3, one that I'm very excited about. I teased this at the beginning of the show. Let's live react to a Mortal Kombat trailer. What's going on? I have one simple hope for this, Bless.
What's that?
And I feel like it's the one thing that you would have told me to wait to watch it, is the original Mortal Kombat theme song in some way, shape, or form. So I'm hopeful. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Ooh, live action. Okay.
Live action. You got somebody pushing a...
Is that Batista?
Is it Batista?
It's Batista! I can't believe I recognize his fucking hand tattoos.
That was really impressive.
Mortal Kombat. There's a force hidden in all of us. Only a select few, the fearless, will discover it. Mortal Kombat. Unleash it and ignite a new realm
Oh my God.
of possibilities.
It's recreating the original Mortal Kombat Monday commercial.
Yep.
Where legends are rewritten.
Music!
And new alliances are forged.
Like, come on, bro.
God, I got full body chills right now.
Is calling. Who will you bring? Who will you trust?
Getting Batista is so good.
No longer are we beholden to the past. A new era is upon us. This is our time. This is Mortal Kombat!
Come on.
Come on! Dude!
This is fucking great. What a trailer, dude. What a fucking trailer. How you feel, Tim?
Woo! Oh my God. Yo,
Like,
my eyes are tearing up
I'm
right
watching
now.
this for the second time, and I still have chills all through my body.
Well, that was incredible. That was fucking incredible.
Because like I wasn't even gonna pay much attention to it, but then like I saw a bit of hype on Twitter. I was like, let me check out what people were talking about. And dude, I was not expecting that.
Yo, that was awesome. Okay, two things I want to talk about real quick. Can you bring up Mortal Monday, Barrett? Mortal Monday commercial. I think that's what they called it back in the day. Just so we can compare it real quick. And then the other thing, did this game get moved up?
See, I saw that too. I think
That's
that might
September
be
14th.
I think that might be early access.
Because it said in stores and digital September 14th. It didn't say early access. It didn't say any of that shit.
Chat,
And
let
it was
us know.
September 19th originally.
It was September 19th. Wait, I totally thought it was like pre-orders or like some kind of early access type deal.
Huh.
Ultimate Edition is what people were saying.
Okay. Yeah, look at this. They're all in the streets and shit gathering together.
God.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
man.
5-day early access for Ultimate Edition. I'm over the moon excited for this thing. I almost put out a tweet last night because I've been seeing clips pop up from Mortal Kombat 1. I don't know where these clips are coming from. I think there might be Gamescom, but I saw one clip from the story mode where it was I think it was Smoke fighting an old lady named Madame Bo. And like the scene was fucking hilarious because Madame Bo was getting it. Madame Bo was like throwing these hands and keeping up with Smoke, but then Smoke threw her off a fucking window. But then like I went in the comments, people were speculating, oh, is Madame Bo like Bo Raichu in this universe? Like what's going on here? And I've seen other people like connect other dots of things that are going on with other characters of like, oh, did they change this character this way? Oh, is this character now this person? And like, it's the coolest thing ever seeing how they're treating Mortal Kombat, because Mortal Kombat is a fighting game with so much narrative / lore history. As ridiculous as that sounds, they've done such a great job over the years finding these different stories to tell in the Mortal Kombat universe, and it all feeds together in this dope way. And I love how well they're embracing it, because obviously Mortal Kombat has had not great eras. You know, like Mortal Kombat 1 through 3 are classics, right? But then you get to 4 and it's the N64. Then you get to fucking Deception and all the PS2 games, and like those were right? But that was the era that I got into it, right? Mortal Kombat Deception is the one that I played, and I really appreciated like the story and world and all the characters and all that stuff.
Is dead. Oh, no, that's Deadly Alliance.
Yeah, but still, like, I mean, Liu Kang, I think might have came back as a zombie in that one. I forget where, but yeah, like stuff like that really made that universe for me. And right, and Mortal Kombat 9 on did a good job of like picking things back up and telling stories through the NetherRealm style of like all the cutscenes and all that stuff that, you know, made those stories good and interesting. The fact that Mortal Kombat 1 is harkening back to all these different eras, but not only just OG Mortal Kombat, like you're seeing in that trailer and like you're seeing just in general with how they're going back to the original, but then also harkening to that 3D era and bringing back characters like Shujinko and Ashra and all these different characters that I grew up with and loved. And the way they're embracing it is so beautiful and gets me so fucking excited to play this game.
It's finding the good in the bad, because
Yes.
even the bad people are nostalgic for. I mean, you look at the Star Wars prequels. I think it's an excellent example of that. Even the Spider-Man movies, like getting to No Way Home, the success that No Way Home was, playing with a lot of bad things or great things, but old things, and making it all work to tell something, to tell a new story and have its own vibe. I feel like they did that so well in Aftermath. Or in Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. Yeah, Mortal Kombat.
It's 11, right?
Yeah.
Was it 11?
Aftermath was the DLC.
For 11, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that whole thing, like having that reset moment, this kind of feels like what the comic books did with the Ultimate Universe of, hey, it is a reboot. It's playing with what you know, but like if something sounds familiar, it is.
Yeah.
Like if something like the bow, like the bow being in the name, it's getting people thinking like, is that
Is
what
it? And like the answer is
it?
probably not. Like I mean, like it's that thing though of it could be.
Yeah,
And that's the cool
that's
thing
exciting,
about
though.
it. Yeah. And the fact that I mean there was another one where I saw like the intro animations of Raiden fighting against, I believe it was Katana, and Raiden seems to have a crush on Katana, and like that's not a thing that's happened, but like in this game, Raiden's a human, right? And Liu Kang's the Earth God, and so like stuff like that gets me so fucking excited. Both for the story, but then also just the gameplay and the characters. The more I see gameplay footage of this game, the more I'm blown away. And with every new character they announce, I'm like, dude, y'all are absolutely nailing this. While I was playing the closed beta a couple weeks ago, and I picked up this character Li Mei. And like Li Mei is a character I've never used before. I forget which game Li Mei was like originated in. It might have been Deception, but I never played her. Started playing as her, and already I was like, dude, I could see this being my main. Like I've never cared about this character. I'm not super familiar with this character, but I really like this character. And so I cannot wait for Mortal Kombat 1.
Hell yeah, man. So it looks like I was wrong. I don't know why I thought that this game was September 19th. It's always been September 14th.
No, it's September 19th.
No, it's the 19th. So I'm looking as well. Like even in the Wikipedia, it now says the 14th. But in like the development stuff, it says it was announced for the 19th.
Wait, you're right.
And I think I said Raiden earlier. Sorry, I meant Raiden. It's the Metal Gear in me.
It's hard, man. Ryu shit.
This talking shit is
Wow.
easy.
Okay. Yeah. That's interesting.
So I think 14th is the early access date.
A lot of the people are saying the early access is the 11th. Either way, we're very close.
I think
to this.
the people who are saying the 11th is the early access date, I think they're wrong, and we'll ban them.
Okay.
ban them.
They'll all be banned forever. But oh, bless. This means we're getting it soon.
I know that's the thing I keep thinking about is we're not that far off as like reviewers from getting this game. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Oh man.
God, and I'm playing Liza P at the same time. Probably
so much going
I'm gonna be jumping
on.
those two games. It's gonna be a great time.
Story number 4. Shadow Gambit, The Cursed Crew is Mimimi's final game as the studio shuts down. This comes from George Yang at IGN. Mimimi Games has announced its final game is Shadow Gambit, The Cursed Crew, and that the studio will slowly shut down over the next few months. In a statement on its website, the studio said that the team enjoyed creating games for the past 15 years and are proud of what they accomplished. However, the game development process took a toll. At the same time, dedicating the past decade and a half of our lives working on increasingly ambitious games took a heavy personal toll on us and our families. After the release of Shadow Gambit, we decided it was the right time to prioritize our well-being and to pull the brakes instead of signing up for another multi-year production cycle. Mimimi will no longer create any new games, but will continue to fully support Shadow Gambit. The studio has already been working on a patch for all platforms and will release more content for the game later this year. Thankfully, Shadow Gambit's successful launch has allowed Mimimi to pay bonuses to employees while they transition out. The studio's portfolio includes games such as Shadow Tactics, Blades of the Shogun, and Desperados 3. Its latest game, Shadow Gambit: The Cursed Crew, is a real-time strategy title that takes place during the golden age of piracy, where a curse has revived the dead with supernatural abilities. I thought they were talking about the PSP era. In IGN's Shadow Gambit: The Cursed Crew review, which returned a 9 out of 10.
Age of Piracy. That was really good. That was really good.
We said Shadow Gambit: The Cursed Crew is a peak example of the stealth tactics genre from a studio that is clearly mastering its craft. Dang, 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
What a score to go out on. I'm unfamiliar with the Shadow Gambit: The Cursed Crew.
I'm unfamiliar with all of this except for Desperados 3. And Desperados 3 I've only heard the title of, but a very fascinating story, right? Like a studio deciding to close its doors after just like it's not. It doesn't sound like a financial, we can't afford this thing. It doesn't sound like a controversial, like somebody did something bad. It sounds like now we're done. we're just closing the doors because we're done here.
Yeah. And obviously that's there's a lot of sadness there, but
Yeah.
I do think there's a lot to celebrate. Like they did it, and especially going out like this, like it sounds like they're doing this as right as they possibly can.
Paying their workers bonuses.
Here. So yeah, definitely a sad story and unfortunate, not something you want to hear. But hey, if it's for their well-being, it's what they want to do, and it's a decision they're making by choice. It's always better to go out by choice than be forced to. So
Yeah.
Hopefully that everybody there that lands on their feet in the best way possible, and hopefully that this brings more happiness to people's lives, because games are hard, man.
That's the thing.
Life is hard.
This video game shit isn't easy. And yeah, this life shit
hard, dude.
isn't easy, right? You got to find what inspires joy for you. You got to figure out what to do to make yourself happy. And so, yeah, if calling it quits and finding something else that you want to do is the thing that makes you happy, that's what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. Story number 5: RoboCop Rogue City delayed to November. This comes from Wesley Yin Poole at VGC. RoboCop Rogue City is delayed to November 2nd, developer Teon has announced. It was due out in September. The RoboCop Rogue City Steam page still carries the September release window, but that shit is wrong. Confirmation comes from a tweet from Teon saying, Gamescom is now in the rear view mirror, and it's left us buzzing with excitement. Last week, RoboCop Rogue City took the stage during screenings on Gamescom. Mark your calendars for November 2nd, when this thrilling experience will hit PS5, PC, Xbox Series S and X. The anticipation's real, and we can't wait for you to dive into the action. Your thoughts and experiences mean the world to us.
Is it just me, or does this game still not feel like it's a real game?
It's so weird because it looks way too good for what it is. So yeah, it doesn't look real.
But like the original trailer, watching it did look like a fake game, but then Greg did a preview of it and was really glowing in that preview.
It's for what it was.
Yeah.
Really glowing for what it was. But yeah, game exists and it looks rad. It does look like the type of thing where you're like, there's no way it's actually going to look like this when you play it, but sounds like it does.
In fact, I mean, I don't know if it looks like this. This doesn't look like real gameplay.
I think that's a gameplay trailer. It'd be wild if this was.
What was the other game? Maybe I'm thinking of a different game.
You think of the Terminator one?
Greg was saying that he played it and it looked really, really, really good, but it wasn't the best game ever, but it also wasn't horrible.
I could have sworn I saw, God, this fucking screen. I could have sworn I saw a reveal trailer for this game that looked way different.
Yeah.
But I might be tripping. Maybe I am thinking of a Terminator thing. Either way, yeah, good for them. Good on pushing it.
Yep.
I think they knew that I was working on Blessed Super Fun game release calendar. Gonna come out. The updated version is coming out sometime this week. I'm waiting on Devolver because they're gonna announce the Umbrella release date.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm keeping the calendar update on hold, but now I can switch over RoboCop. Let's see, because those originally came out in September, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good.
I shout out to these game developers for actually shuffling release dates around. I didn't think it was going to happen, but now we have this. We have Alan Wake, and we had what was the last one? Oh, it was the first one, which was Baldur's Gate, moving the release date up. Good for them.
Good for y'all.
For them. Release dates, man, they be shifting, they be changing, and just release dates for so many games are so far away. If I want to know what's coming to mom and grop shops today, where would I look?
You would look toward the official list of upcoming software across each and every platform, as listed by the Kind of Funny Games Daily Show host each and every weekday.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Mirage, Bandor SN brings up as well. That's another one.
Yeah, that moved up a few days, 6 days or something like that.
I'm pretty sure Eternites moved up also. A lot of games are moving up. Did it not?
I don't know.
I think it did.
I played that demo and I quickly stopped paying attention.
Out today. Goodbye Volcano High on PlayStation 5, PS4, and PC. A what?
Wild. That game was revealed at I think the original PS5.
It was supposed to be a PS5 launch game,
like a PS5 showcase, and it was like alongside the Strays and the Spider-Man Miles Moraleses and those games, and it's just coming out awesome. Under the radar.
Is there reviews?
I don't think so.
I
feel like Greg wouldn't have shut up about this game if we had gotten review codes for it.
There's a question in Reader Mail about it.
Huh.
Really, really interesting. Hold on. Nope. Nothing that I'm seeing
reviews?
here.
Do you want me to go ask Greg?
Yeah, can you get Greg to come in here?
Yeah.
while he does that, Samba de Amigo Party Central out on Switch. Sea of Stars on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Are you interested in giving this one a shot?
Sea of Stars, it looks really cool.
So cool.
I've been interested in it, but my thing is, I feel like I misrepresent myself because I think I come off so hard as like a JRPG person because I do like a lot of JRPGs. The 16-bit like Super Nintendo JRPGs aren't necessarily like me, right? Like I like one-offs, right? Like I like Live Alive a lot,
Which I feel
that.
like this, you liking that makes me think this might be your jam.
Maybe I have it on my PS5, and I played like the first 15 minutes, right? But then I had to go back and review another game. But we'll see. Like I might find time for it.
Greg Miller, welcome to the stage. What's going on with Goodbye Volcano High?
Who knows, everybody? It's out today.
Did you get a code?
They did not send review codes ahead of time.
Is that do you take that as a bad thing? Me and you've been talking about this a lot recently, that things have been changing, especially this year, this late in the year, with the delays, with the moves, with the amount of games coming out, that some people just aren't even putting out review codes because they're just like, the game will speak for itself. And that's kind of been working. It hasn't been necessarily a bad sign that Baldur's Gate 3 didn't put codes out that early.
Baldur's Gate 3 is a completely different scenario, I think, of that game coming in so hot. Barrett, go wide. I'm going to stand up. Look at my dick.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know. This one, has been this was at the PlayStation 5 launch slate thing. It's been delayed a bunch. It had a lot of good buzz back then when it happened. I think it seems like it's been a turbulent development cycle. There's been a lot of delays. We don't know that, I guess, because they didn't put any dates on it. But it is an enigma as to how this game has come together and how it's doing. And yeah, no codes were sent out today. We got a press release from Co-op, and I hit them back, and it said review codes are available. And I was like, can we get 2 codes? Like, sure, request here. They should be out in the next few hours. I was like, okay.
I'm going to steal a question from Reader Mail because Jordan D writes in about this and says, morning KFG crew. So Goodbye Volcano High, a game that I've been looking forward to since the initial PS5 reveal in June 2020, is out today, and yet I'm still barely seeing anything about this game. As of my writing, there's no reviews, gameplay length times, etc. I'm not complaining that a game I care about isn't getting a spotlight, but how does a game go from being featured as an indie darling in a new console reveal to what seems like zero PR by its launch date? Is it just getting overshadowed by AC6 and Starfield, or did Sony abandon this game? Would love to hear any thoughts or insights on this, Jordan.
Well, Jordan, great question, and I agree. I understand where you're coming from. Did Sony abandon this game? No, that's not Sony's job. Sony's job and PlayStation's job is to put out the console and then make partnerships and promote games that way. And that's what they did by putting it in there. However, I doubt that, and I don't know, I'm speaking out of turn. I doubt that PlayStation had any kind of marketing budget or buy or promise with the Goodbye Volcano High and that it's theirs. This seems strictly, it's on the shoulders of Co-op developer. I'm not sure who's publishing it, actually, if you can look that up for me. It has been a game that's been gestating forever. It is finally here. And yeah, there, to my knowledge, were no previews. There was no one reached out to us ahead of time, which made me think, oh, maybe I'm not. I don't know who's doing PR for this game. I was like, maybe I'm not on this PR mailer group thing. And then today I got the email of saying, hey, it's out today. And then I still haven't gotten codes last I checked. So my thought is it's one of two things, and neither are good.
Co-op is the publisher.
Yeah,
they are publishing this themselves.
Yeah.
My thoughts are either that the game isn't that great and didn't come together, so they got rid of it that way. And I don't know if you're zooming in if you're just trying to get a tighter. I'm not going to do a bit. So I think it's either, the game didn't come together, and so why bother? Reviews would not have helped. Obviously, Goodbye Volcano High is a game people have been waiting for and excited for based on that thing. So getting a review out there that is a 5 out of 10, not that I know that's what it is or think it's what it is not good for you. And then the other side, can you click on Co-op? I forget what else they made.
So Co-op has made Gnog, G-N-O-G.
Right, Nog, right. So,
Winding Worlds, Ridiculous Fishing, EX, and now Goodbye Volcano High.
And so, again, they are a young publisher / developer, and they developed Goodbye Volcano High.
Yes, and they also built the Mirror of Spirits, an expansion for Lara Croft Go in 2016.
So my thoughts are it's either that the game is not good, and they thought it would do them no good of getting it out, or this is just a very young publisher that doesn't 100% know how traditional video game journalism works. Maybe, again, this comes out, and guess what, everybody? It is an 8. It is a 10. It is a whatever. It is whatever. Fantastic. Awesome. That'd be great. And maybe it is that they were selective with putting it out, or they wanted to speak for itself, or whatever. Like, I don't know. And without them talking about it, there really is no answer as to what happened with it. But it is a peculiar story for something that is like, okay, cool. Wow, you know, in the chat there, Bodacious Ball says it's got an 84% from 33 reviews. Where is that and who reviewed it?
Steam.
Oh, okay.
So it's user
It's
reviews.
user reviews for a
okay.
game that came out today.
Sure, exactly. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully, we'll get codes eventually. But again, what a bad time to release any video game right now. And again, like I'm speaking strictly from our side of reviewing games and talking about games. You know, maybe for a different website with a lot of people and like an IGN who's going to review everything, it's a different thing. But for us, we're all hands on deck for Starfield. So there's been a number of people who have hit me up this week like, hey, just wondering if this was going to... It's like, nope, no one had time to go play that game or do it. Which is the other thing here where I don't think we would have stopped the world to go play Goodbye Volcano High, but I would love to touch it.
But I mean, that sounds like you would have... P.S. I Love You would have played this game.
My hope is that we get codes soon, or I just buy it and have somebody say about it on P.S. I Love You this week in terms of just a preview of where we are. But yeah, it's a peculiar situation. I don't know.
I mean, the same thing happened with Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, where that came out a week ago, and I was surprised not to get codes. And that's one that like I've been seeing a lot of glowing reception of. A lot of people are liking Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, and like it just turns out to be a situation of like, yeah, we're just putting it out. We're not worrying about coverage.
That was the same thing, right? Where it's like, we hit them up for codes too. Never heard anything about that. And there was one review the day of, and it was somebody who bought it and then played like 12 hours straight and put up a review.
Seemingly, yeah.
You know, being an indie dev is hard. Being a small fish in a huge pond is hard. And so I think, you're seeing different ways to do it. We have been, in some ways, maybe spoiled by, indies getting out early and doing their thing. I mean, you can look, and I know it's a little bit apples and oranges, but like obviously Sabotage yesterday with Sea of Stars, which of course is their follow-up to The Messenger, a humongous game. Yeah. But look at how well they did it. They still made a splash yesterday. They still turned a lot of heads. They had the reviews they needed because they got the game early to us and had something out there. But who knows? What's going on here now? What's happening with RoboCop?
Oh, it got delayed.
God damn it. Went how long?
November 2nd.
Okay, I'll accept that.
It was coming out in September.
All right.
Out today, continuing, we have Daymare 1994 Sandcastle. What?
Oh, you never heard of Daymare 1994 Sandcastle?
That is just a set of words together that makes no sense.
Nah, man, that's Game of the Year contender, top 10.
Daymare colon.
Funny.
First off, Daymare. It's like a nightmare.
The opposite of nightmare, yeah.
And then 1994 Sandcastle.
It's the prequel to Dayman.
1993.
Hold on. I'm trying to pull up gameplay here.
It's coming to PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Series X. And then we have Agatha Christie, Hercule Poirot. I don't know how to say that. Do you?
Agatha Christie, Hercule. Oh, no, I don't. Poirot.
The London Case, PC, PS4, and PS5, Switch, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and then Rhapsody, Moral Kingdom Chronicles, PC, PS5, and Switch. So here we have Daymare 1994 Sandcastle.
I like at some point I'm gonna make a game maybe to replace Kind of Foodie or maybe to like be a thing, but like I want to make a game that is just out today and like
mobile gamer bullshit essentially.
Yeah, basically like fake out today's.
I mean, man, I feel like
because Rhapsody Moral Kingdom Chronicles is not a fucking game. You can't convince me that's a real thing. Agatha Christie, Hercule Poirot, The London Case. Are you kidding me?
I mean, Agatha Christie is like
Stars?
a famous mystery writer. So.
Yeah, but like I could put Agatha Christie colon anything.
Yeah.
Like it's not the Agatha Christie part that I don't believe.
Yeah.
I believe in Agatha Christie. I remember Agatha Christie for back in the day. She was cool. But Hercule Poirot, The London Case.
Were you homies with Agatha Christie?
Oh yeah, she was the homie. Yeah.
Oh shit, man.
Elementary school.
we go way back.
We go way back. Just play hopscotch together.
Next up, we have partnered
Samba
with
de Amigo.
NVIDIA GeForce to give you guys updates on all the latest and greatest in the GeForce RTX world. There was a ton of DLSS announcement at Gamescom, so we're going to do a little recap here. There was so much gaming news coming out last week, so NVIDIA wanted us to make sure you were caught up on some of the announcements that were made over there around their upcoming RTX on titles. Last week, they told you about the new DLSS 3.5 coming to both Alan Wake 2 and Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. Both titles will have beautiful full ray tracing and will be incredible to experience on PC. Also, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 will be getting DLSS 3 and NVIDIA Reflex at launch on November 10th. NVIDIA will continue its technical partnership with the Call of Duty franchise to make sure this year's offering is exceptionally responsive at high frame rates, just like Andy Cortez likes it. Right, Snowbike Mike? Fortnite DLSS 3 as well. Fortnite will be getting this upgrade this fall, letting players play competitively with high performance, even at 4K resolution. You gotta love DLSS.
I love me some DLSS.
It's out there allowing resolutions and FPSs to fly. Black Myth Wukong DLSS 3 as well. We got our first look at what it's going to look like here. This mythical action RPG looks like it's going to be a ton of fun with gameplay deserving a beautiful 4K monitor. There's some highly detailed graphics in this reveal video that we're checking out now. Also got a bunch of boss battles. Can you wait for Black Myth Wukong?
I cannot wait for Black Myth Wukong.
It is such a blessing game.
I know, man. I'm very excited about it.
Yes. Some new dates for you. The Fabulous Fear Machine will launch on October 4th, 2023 on Steam, GOG.com, and the Epic Games
I
Store.
heard that's one of them Agatha Christie books.
Yes.
Agatha Christie.
Rise of
Fabulous Fear
Kong.
Machine.
Rise of Kong launches October 17th on Xbox One, Xbox Series X, PS4, PS5, Switch, and PC. Front Mission 2 Remake is launching on October 5th on Nintendo Switch. The final season of Sex Education is coming to Netflix starting September.
I just added that.
Yeah.
Dude, Sex Education is so good. Have you seen it?
No, I actually haven't.
It's probably my favorite Netflix show.
Really?
Yeah. It's fucking good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alyssa really enjoyed it as well.
We'll have to get on it. I'm sure we will at some point. We watch all of those things. Last night we watched the new Adam Sandler produced movie on Netflix. But don't let that dissuade you. It was actually pretty damn good.
Oh.
It's called You Were So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah. And it's
I've been hearing things about that one. Yeah.
It's pretty good. Not the funny or not the best movie ever, but like definitely a good use of your time. It's the entire Sandler family. All right, like the main actress and one of the main supports are his two daughters. His wife's in it. He's in it, and it's like, oh, there's a lot of fun here. Adina Menzel's in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's a fun.
You know what I finished last night?
Jaunt.
The Bear season 2.
Oh, don't say anything. I still have 2 episodes left.
I'm not gonna say anything. Just that, like, God, FX doesn't miss. And The Bear is one of my favorite shows now. It's incredible.
Nothing but facts. Coming
Incredible.
right now.
It's like, I know a show's good when it starts to make me reframe how I think about life. Because I got to the end of The Good Place, and like The Good Place redefined a lot of how I view like morality, and then also kind of defined how I view like finding a quote unquote soulmate, right? And like how like you don't find a soulmate, you create a soulmate in a person. And I thought that was so beautiful, and I adopted that in my own life.
Hell yeah.
The Bear has like an episode that really kind of made me think about how I go about like my day to day and the things that I make and put out there, and like how much it could mean to other people, and that like legitimately made me like sit back and think about like, damn, that's crazy.
Bear makes you think, man. That is for
dude.
Damn sure. So then we're gonna move on to we're running along here. Let's get straight to the You're Wrong. Let's see what we got wrong today. We got some from yesterday.
See, this is what happens when I'm not on the show. Y'all don't delete your wrongs. I got to clean up after all y'all.
Yeah.
Well, I think the problem was by the time they got to You're Wrong yesterday, like those came in after we got to that section. So, yeah.
Let's see. Eternites was moved up by 9 days from September 21st to September 12th. That comes from
There you go. Nailed it.
Nawaj's Eyes.
You're right. People are writing about the reviews on Steam, which I don't take that as a thing. Like, I know on Steam you have to play a certain amount or whatever before you can actually review a thing, but the game just came out. I do not care about user reviews on the same day a game came out on Steam. Let's wait a week. Let's wait till people actually finish the game.
Okay, and then we got one saying it's pronounced Hercule
Poirot.
Yeah. It's Belgian with a French name.
A lot of people are saying that that's one of her main detective characters. Listen, I told you I was familiar with Agatha Christie. I didn't read any of her books. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no. I was just familiar with her game.
Yeah, I was reading a series of unfortunate events when I was in elementary school.
Yeah, bless.
I wasn't messing around with Agatha Christie.
Chungus writes in. Saying Daymare 1994 is actually a prequel to Daymare 1998, which was an RE2 remake inspired game.
An RE2 remake inspired game. Think about how crazy that is.
Yeah. God,
how insane is an RE2 remake inspired game?
Cool.
Got a prequel.
Cool. Oh, man. But yeah, that's been Kind of Funny Games Daily. What a ride it's been. Tomorrow's host, Bless and Greg. Thursday, we have Bless and Parris Hell yeah.
Oh.
Friday, we have me and Bless to close out the week before a beautiful, fun 3-day weekend. While you guys,
It's a 3-day weekend?
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh, snap.
It's one of those days on Monday. What is it?
Labor Day?
Labor Day. Yeah.
Oh, I
One
got
of them days.
Labor Daber.
Oh, you know what? That's why my group chat was like, yo, do you want to go hiking? I just saw hiking and I said no.
Yeah.
My guy.
That's all I saw. I was like,
Fucking
hiking?
respect
No.
that, Bless.
I ain't no guy. Nobody got time for hiking. They're like, it's only a mile. I'm like, it's a mile too long. You want me to walk outside?
We're about to do our fun super chat post show. Get your super chats in over on YouTube. Get your resub messages over on Twitch. The hype messages on Twitch. We're going to be answering all of them with one snow bike Mike. Really excited to have him join us. But until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.
Hiking. Come on, bro.
Get out of here.
Nah, man. The only time I hike is on my dating profile.
Yep. My guy.
I'm
how you
kidding.
doing?
Actually, I actually don't have that on my dating profile. I don't.
Your
I don't
dating profile's looking too goddamn good right now if you updated it with that wedding picture.
oh,
from
I did.
Imran's
Oh,
wedding.
as soon as I saw that picture, I went directly to Hinge.
Yeah.
Changed out the first photo.
My
The
God.
thing that's wrong with my dating profile is that there are too many pictures of me in suits, and so I look like a person that wears suits all the time. So now I gotta pick and choose which like suit photos I'm adding to my profile. And so
Yeah.
I got rid of I think I had my all pink suit on there. I got rid of that so I could have this new one.
You got to keep the blue. You got to keep the Spider-Man premiere.
The Spider-Man premiere is on there. I think I had one from like that original Game Awards. I can pull up my dating
There's one
profile.
picture of you that I really like that I feel like would be good on this, which is like you like this.
Is it?
You know what I'm talking about? Like,
Oh, that's the
Is
spare
it this one?
bedroom launch one.
yes, yes,
It's on my dating
dude, good, because there's so much personality in that I feel like shows a range that you have.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
No,
I like
I'm
that.
so happy with my dating profile now. Do I get matches? No, but like I'm still happy with what it is. Hey, look at this, Mike. Look,
You look
that's picture number
phenomenal.
1. Picture number 2 for my
say you
birthday
get
right
no
there.
matches. You get matches,
Spider-Man
young
No
buck.
Way
I
Home
know
picture.
you do.
I got me with the Game Awards 1
Yeah.
with the hat.
Yep.
I do have like this one on there.
Okay.
Dude, that
I mean,
makes
it's
you
cool.
look like you're on
Yeah, yeah.
TV.
Oh yeah, it looks cool.
This is a good profile picture-wise.
He has a great
Thank you.
profile, ladies and gentlemen. He definitely gets matches because he's the star of the show.
I also just put I did this as an experiment to see like, are people gonna mess with this? The answer is yes.
Oh,
The answer is yes. It's a TikTok
Oh,
of like me doing. I did one of those
TikTok
cap cut
it's good.
them
That's
cap
how
cut
the tech-
templates, and it's me taking off a Miles Morales mask.
Great.
One great guy. Yo, what the heck is going on, Kind of Funny Best Friends? Welcome back to another KFGD Kind of Funny Super Chat post show with me, your guy, Snowbike Mike, back at it again for another lovely afternoon with the team. I took Monday off, so it feels weird coming back in.
You're here,
I missed y'all. You know how I get on my days off.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think maybe I should just be at work. I just prefer
That's
being at
the
work.
exact opposite
But I'm
point,
happy
though.
to be here with all of you today. Of course, we're jumping into the Super Chats where you, Kind of Funny Best Friends, can get involved with the show, whether you're watching live over on YouTube and or Twitch. Don't forget you can use that Super Chat functionality, or over on Twitch, there's the new Hype Chat functionality if you'd like to write in your questions, comments, and concerns, or just resubscribe at the tier 1 through 3 level for free with Prime Gaming. We'll read out those resubs just like my good friend Guy V has resubscribed over on Twitch with the tier 1 sub for 45 months. Any of you going to PAX West? Tim Geddes,
wish,
what's
dude.
up with Tim? Let's have a talk about PAX, okay?
Yeah.
What's up with PAX, Tim? Why isn't the Young Bucks going to PAX?
Let the Young Bucks go to PAX.
PAX it's not the same. Like these conventions just aren't the same. Like, and the pandemic obviously like killed conventions in every way. But even before that, I feel like there was just a shift and change in the industry overall of how these events happened and went down. Like what panels are there, what opportunities are there, and it's still great. And like I mean I honestly can't even say that I haven't been and being somebody that was at pretty much every single PAX and PAX East that there was for
Yes.
a long stretch of time, adding all the RTXs to that, adding all the other just random conventions we've been to, I feel like the overall vibe shifted and changed just like the social landscape has for things. So I feel like unless there was like a reason to be somewhere, I don't know that we ever will again to something like that. And that it bums me out in a lot of ways, but I also just think like it's when you're at some of these conventions, there was always this feeling of like, this is the most important thing going on in the world right now. Everyone around us is here and they care, and the internet's all talking about it. And even if you're not here, it feels like this is all happening. And I feel like that's kind of went away. Like there's been multiple PAXs, New York Comic Cons that have happened, and I didn't even realize it. You know what I mean? It's like, and I follow all these people on Twitter, and I'm not even seeing a single conversation about it. So I feel like that's kind of where it's at.
Okay, that's where it's at. Bless right there.
I wanted to go this year, but
Yeah.
Starfield, a bunch of games,
Of course,
and also
yeah.
a marriage. Like a lot of things happened.
Your marriage.
Not mine.
Oh, you got married?
A marriage.
Just kind of slipped in marriage.
I got
right there.
married,
Like,
by the way.
okay.
I don't know why I still have this dating app because I'm married now. But like, I could see myself going, like, maybe not for like kind of funny, but just going myself because I do love PAX, right? Like, I lived in Seattle.
You
for
love
4
Seattle?
years,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
When I was there, I went to PAX every single year and fucking loved it.
PAX is awesome.
And I want to go just for my own enjoyment of it, right? Like, I don't need to go for a panel or whatever. I just want to go because I really love Seattle and I really love PAX West, and so. I might go next year, definitely not this year because it's happening in a few days.
Yeah.
Anybody got time for that?
You know, it's fun because, Tim, when we talk about our employee reviews and our goals, I've always written down, I want to go to a convention and work at one of the booths. I still to this day want to work a booth. I want to be calling people. I want to get people excited. Hey, get in this line. Okay, here's the controls. I'm going to tell you all about it. Kind of like a Disney waiting adventure. Like on that line, I want to be that guy.
Disney waiting adventure.
You know what I mean? I'm going to take you on an adventure while you wait in this hour and a half long line to play Cyberpunk 2077.
I love that for you.
There's no one.
That's
on
all
this
I want.
planet
I
like
want
Phil
it
Mike
so
Mike.
bad.
I love you.
Let me get in that booth, y'all.
I have a friend who's an artist that's doing New York Comic Con.
Okay.
He's been talking to me about helping out at her booth.
Oh, that would be
so
fun.
I might be doing all that.
Yeah,
at the New York
yeah.
Comic Con booth.
Let us know. Booth boys right here.
boys.
We're ready to go.
Boys.
We're ready to have some
I
fun.
wish I had the Mike energy about it. Like,
You're
I'm
good.
I'm going there very much like, oh, I just want to go to New York, right? I'll help
Yeah.
out a friend while I'm there. Mike is going because he wants to be a
I
booth
actively
dude.
want to be in the booth. Yeah. So call me. You got a video game? Actually, you call Tim. Tim
I
will
need to
call
bring.
me.
If you want to come to New York, I'll let you like do the booth duties while I just hang out in New York.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
It'll be
I'll
for
let you
free
guys
though.
get
You're
some
not gonna-
lunch.
You might have to pay for your flight.
Let's jump into the super chats because we have some great questions coming in. Of course, like I said before, you can get involved just like our Twitch chat just did if you want to have some fun and ask some more questions, just like my good friend Weedle, the game cat. Tim, have you tried VR Skater on PSVR 2?
No.
Would you try it?
I mean, I would try it, but like from looking at the footage, I'm like, oh, that's gonna make me throw up.
Oh, okay.
That's the same
Interesting,
reason I haven't tried
interesting.
it.
I would like to try that with the Tony Hawk ride skateboard
yeah.
and see
what
what we
happens.
break inside the room, you and I, is right, because that's definitely going to break something. So there I was. Beautiful Tahoe afternoon yesterday. It's like we're ramping down the weekend. It's Monday afternoon. It's time to say goodbye and get ready to go home. And me and Earl the Squirrel are over at the Libation Lounge. Not a big fan of the name, but the Libation Lounge, nice little brewery spot, right? And there's these two kids. They're teenagers. They're enjoying their time off of school. They're skating. They're ripping.
Hell yeah.
Kid's looking at a stair set.
Uh-oh.
He comes through the restaurant patio. He's getting through everybody, and then he pulls up to the staircase, stops, goes back again,
Oh, shit.
rips through everybody. Now the employees are starting to look because now they got to tell him, hey, stop doing that. And he rips again. He comes back, and I go, do a kickflip, dude. And the kid laughs. And then Earl goes, okay, hit those stairs, bro. And he's like, I'm looking at the 6th stair. I think I can do it. And so now he rips it again, and he's doing this. And the staff comes out, and they're like, hey, bro, you got to stop. We're like, well, let's give him one.
Let's give him one. Mike steps up. Hey,
hold on,
restaurant.
Hey, let's give him one. Do you know what I mean? Let's give him one. So sure enough, kid rips it. He's ripping through. I mean, we're talking small tables. Between you and Bless, he's ripping through tables and people. So clearly you shouldn't be doing this. Starts ripping it. I'm like, here it comes. Kid, you see him get airborne? I said, everybody stand up. We all stood up to see him. He missed it. He bricked it. But it was a good time. Let those kids skate.
Did you
know
ever
what I mean?
do Toastmasters or one of those classes / organizations that is about storytelling and
No.
speeches and stuff? Toastmasters was something my dad was a part of, right?
Oh, okay.
My dad's a pastor, so he would do a lot of speech type classes and organizations. You tell a story as if you were part of Toastmasters.
Oh, we were sitting right there. I
I
was
would have thought
living
you were
it.
trained to tell
living
stories.
it.
Because that
living
was
it.
very the way that you would bring in these little details that would put us there between you and Tim. He was about that. The way that you would bring in those details
too
where
good,
we can
Bless.
really see it. It was very impressive.
I missed you.
Your storytelling abilities are incredible.
People back home, nothing but love for Bless.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, everybody was jazzed up. They always love seeing me. But everybody was talking about, oh, man, I loved Blessing's review on this game. Blessing gives the best reviews. They were saying nothing but good things about it. It's like, Teddy, what? He's like, you got to tell Blessing good. Shout out to Teddy out there.
Shout out to Teddy, everybody.
Portland.
What's Teddy's nickname?
Good Taste Teddy's what we call him now.
Taste Teddy.
Well, Theodore Teddy is his name.
Well,
it's just
right,
Teddy. But just Teddy.
He doesn't have like a title like Squirrel.
No, I don't even know Teddy's last name.
no
I've known Teddy since I was 18 years old. That's how it's just Teddy. I don't even know Teddy's last name.
God.
Man, I don't even know his last name. I can't even tell you. The Portland Kevin writes in and says, while yesterday's bit about the name Multnomah was a little funny, is Greg aware that he was making fun of the Northwest Native American heritage?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think
answer.
he was,
That's
Portland
not-
Kevin, but thank you for schooling us on that one. Now we know. Multnomah. And where did that come from? A video game?
No, it was a writer. I think somebody was writing
okay.
talking about how they were from Multnomah, and Greg does what Greg does, which is he makes a bit.
Yeah. Well, he's learned now. Thank you for telling us. Earl writes in, Tim, nobody seems to be remembering that Ahsoka's voice can be heard at the end of episode
9.
9. Thank you. Should we be concerned? Episode
Everybody
9?
remembers that.
How many goddamn episodes did we have? We gotta stop.
I mean, it's like
We gotta stop.
well, like everybody remembers in the sense that we all make fun of it because it's a stupid scene. But yeah, like.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, anybody that's aware of Ahsoka, I think, yes, would remember that happened. I think that we should not be at all.
That's also like 30 years
Let me
in the
rephrase
future
this.
and shit.
There's not a chance in hell Ahsoka dies in the Ahsoka show.
I would
Zero
say
chance.
maybe Heir of the Empire, the movie.
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
Not the show. No,
Wait,
no chance.
There's a movie coming out called Heir of the Empire.
Heir to the Empire.
Is it like a live action movie?
Yeah.
Oh, another Star Wars.
They're still
movie.
doing those.
Yeah.
That's lit. That's lit.
But this
They
time
should
it's
do another Han
actually
Solo.
exciting. This time it's actually exciting.
Oh,
Because they're actually building on stuff that they've been,
don't
telling
believe you.
since like 2007. No, but this is people who've been working on Star Wars for 20 years, not two fucking dorks who came in fighting each other between 3 movies. Bless.
Okay.
I don't.
My good friend, the Game Cat, wrote in again. Tim, please give VR Skater a try on PSVR 2
Are you
with
developer?
exclamation points now. So they want you to try. They want
I
you
mean,
to try.
I do not have
Bring your
PSVR.
VR. Bring your VR in.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
Hold on, let's wait for the- I will
haven't
give it a
even
try.
strapped that thing onto my face yet. Here.
Ask me where my VR is right now.
Oh, okay.
I have no fucking idea. Is it in the office?
yeah,
Is it under my bed? Is it in
Who
the
the fuck
closet?
knows?
I do not know where my VR is.
There I was on the beach.
Yes.
I like to watch y'all even when I have days off because I'm lonely and I like being around y'all. So there I am listening. Tim, you gave a big shout out to the Game Boy Advanced SP, the little clamshell thing.
Oh, yeah.
Now I have that. Why is it so special? Because what I like is my cool matching DK64 Jungle Green Game Boy Advance that goes well with my
Okay.
N64. Why should I love that weird little black clamshell that I have in my house right now?
I mean, it's just so well designed, and it's back.
Oh,
it was
okay.
like such a handheld gaming from 1990 until or 89 was it even that the Game Boy came out until 2003 when the Game Boy Advance SP. So throughout Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance, no backlight. You need it was
like,
impossible.
Remember had that flashlight
You
on it
needed
with
a little
the
warm
magnifying
light.
glass?
Yeah, dude, put the fuck on. Like it was horrible. And having the backlight was awesome. The colors that they gave for that thing were great. I loved how clicky the buttons were.
okay.
Yeah, no, GBA SP was just it's an utter win, man, across the board. And then they put out it was the first anniversary collection thing of the NES, so it must have been the I don't know, 20 year, if that's right, maybe 20, 25 year. I don't fucking know. I'm not good at math. And it was awesome. Like one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite Game Boy back in the day?
I mean, I only owned a Game Boy Color. I didn't own.
Oh, a Game Boy Color. Okay.
I didn't own an Advance. I didn't own a DS. I didn't own any Nintendo handheld after the Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
But I had my next door neighbor had a Game Boy Advance SP, and I remember how cool it was. Like it was like it was so cool that I thought it was the next gen. I didn't realize that it was still a Game Boy Advance. I thought it was the next thing after that.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's a cool little colorway right there. Yeah.
And I know that nowadays everything goes back to the original NES or SNES, but this was the first one to do it. So it was,
okay.
really,
That's
really
special.
special.
I really want that analog pocket, even though I don't need it. You know what I mean?
So
It's like one of those where it's like,
beautiful,
I want that, but like, you know me.
That's my thing, too.
What am I going to do with that?
Yeah,
Look at it. I'm not playing that.
I still have what was the crank thing called? I have that.
Oh yeah, the play date.
I have the play date.
Yeah.
Sitting on my desk for decoration. I'm not turning that thing on since launch.
Chris Anka just got the analog pocket.
Yes.
He's been enjoying the hell out of that.
He likes it, except for it doesn't play at all. You know what I mean? Like you don't go to that next generation.
Oh yeah, no, it's just
3DS, whatever
no,
we're calling that. Yeah, that's the only downfall.
Look at this guy right
This
here.
was the Game Boy Advance I had, the see-through Glacier. Fuck
Oh,
yeah, man.
Glacier. Yeah,
Glacier.
love
God,
that.
the amount of like I had like the Lilo and Stitch game on
Hell
here,
yeah,
Tim.
man.
It was
Hell
fucking
yeah.
rad as hell.
I will say there was about a month where I was staying with my cousin in Nigeria, and he had a Game Boy Advance, and so basically for a month I had a Game Boy Advance because I was playing all the games
Yeah.
on it.
Perfect.
And when I tell you that was such a good month, right? Because I played a Game Boy version of Street Fighter. I don't know what Street Fighter it was. But
hey.
it was a fun Street Fighter. I enjoyed that a lot. I played what else was on that thing? I think Tekken was on that thing. I don't know why I had so many fighting games. There was like a handful of other games though that I think I had Pokemon too, so I messed around with that. But
Okay.
it's a good time with that Game Boy
That's
Advance.
awesome.
Someone in the chat, damn it just went away. But another major thing about the GBASP that made it so special, it was the first one that you could charge.
It had
Didn't
the
need
charger.
batteries.
Yeah, I was gonna tell
just
you. I
plug it in.
remember. Yeah, because now I gotta make sure I got the charger 10 years later. It's
hard.
a lot. Tim. There's a
Proprietary
lot
shit.
going on.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Super.
Yeah.
It looks all whack and shit. Yeah, exactly.
Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Revival.
Oh.
It was my personal introduction to Akuma.
Oh.
And I remember that being the coolest thing. I'm like, who the fuck is this evil Ryu guy?
Shout out to Dr. Pews for the resubscription of Prime Gaming for 69 months. 5
Nice.
years, boys. Here's the 5 more. Hey, thank you, Dr. Pews, so much. Let's keep it going because, of course, we have Kind of Munchies on the way. We actually have a great, awesome Tuesday plan. We have Kind of Munchies on the way for episode 5, Tim. Hard to believe. 5 weeks already.
Penultimate episode.
Of Kind of Munchies. Then after that, I'm playing more Kingdom Hearts.
Yes, you are.
And I'll tell you what, I'm excited to play it. I have taken a weekend off since Friday. I have to kind of just like get back in the mindset of where was I? But I can
Lule
give you the
lore.
Lale lore in just a minute. Get ready for all that.
I've been watching as much as I can.
Yeah.
Playing this, and
It's a lot.
honestly,
It's a lot.
warming my heart. Like I love seeing. I think it's so special having you specifically play it by yourself. Like it's just been great. Where are you at in terms of your actual enjoyment of the video game?
Very high. I'm having a good time. I think we did it right. This was like a Mike afternoon thing of, hey, if the Kind of Funny best friends are able to support us live, I'll stay for the afternoon. And it was like, hey, kick everybody out. Because I think we all have the preconceived notions. Maybe you've played it before. Maybe you want to rag on it. I think a lot of people were like, you should play this game, Mike, but you'll probably hate it. Or you guys are just going to make fun of it. And I think if I had someone else there with me, we probably would have taken a little bit darker of a turn and like ripped it more. But for me, it'll be like, everybody leave. Just let me engage with the game, talk with the chat, see what their experience levels are with it. Has made for a really fun experience where I am invested in the lore. I am enjoying the gameplay. Because at first, Tim, I thought it was a turn-based game.
Oh yeah,
That's why I had never played this
no,
stuff.
no.
I thought it was turn-based. I was like, I'm not going to play that.
It's you and your boy
It's for nerds,
Ricky out
you know?
there?
Mickey? Well, he's out there.
Ricky.
Oh, Ricky. Yeah. Ricky. Well, Ricky's giving me some looks right now.
Yeah.
Are you
Ricky.
talking about Riku?
Yeah. Ricky be doing some things, you know what I mean? He's
He
currently
be doing
talking to
some things.
Angelina Jolie, and so it's like you don't know what Ricky's up
Maleficent.
to right now. Yeah, he's kind of like possibly selling his soul, you know what I mean? There's a lot going on, bless, you know what I mean?
I know
Also,
what
Final
you mean.
Fantasy people are in there. You know what I mean? Don't know if you know, but Final Fantasy
I know
people
that,
are in there. Just
Yeah, I
just
saw
let
you
you
got
know.
to the Hercule level.
I've beat,
So-
we have finished the first half of Hercules because it seems like you can go back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm sure we will go back because
After the
we never
Coliseum.
saw Meg. We never participated in a true tournament.
Okay.
I did see my boy Cloud. He was trying to sell his soul for the darkness. For good, though, because I think he was trying to pull one over on Hades. But, he was selling his soul. And it's like, yo, bro, we don't do that. That's why I got the
That's not
Keyblade.
us.
That's why I got the light. You know what I mean? So I had to check him. I checked him pretty good. Tarzan, I checked him real quick. You know what I mean? I
Tarzan.
let Tarzan know I'm here.
What level are you at right now? Like what?
I am back at T-Town. So
Okay.
T-Town Part 2, I have now completed. So T-Town gives you a new gummy ship modifier that was going to take me to new universes. So I'm going to wherever that is going to be.
This is
Okay.
fantastic.
What was the last universe you did before T-Town?
You go
You
Alice in
were
Wonderland, you
you were
go
stuck in
Deep
Tarzan.
Jungle, you do... No, the third one is Hercules.
Oh, okay.
Because you go those
okay,
three,
gotcha.
and then you go back
so
to
you're
T-Town.
still pretty early.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm I'm in there.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
you're in there for sure. You're in there, yeah.
Chad, I'm in there. So get ready
How'd you
if
like
run this.
Hercules?
Hercules was cool.
Yeah.
Little Danny DeVito. You know what I mean? A little DD.
Everybody
DDV?
calls him that, DD.
A little DD. Everybody loves DD, man.
Someone please draw Danny DeVito wearing the
when I tell you that
Daredevil costume.
the Tarzan level in Kingdom Hearts infuriates me to no end. I get so fucking. I played that game multiple times. I get lost every time I get to Tarzan.
If we get a piece of paper out right now, I bet you I can draw the Tarzan level.
No way.
What the
Like,
fuck?
for real,
No
I
way.
guarantee I can draw the Tarzan level and let y'all know where you got to go.
Absolutely
Because at
not.
first, you're like, man, I'm lost. I don't understand it. And then you run through it so many times that now you know, oh, going to the left is going to take me here. Oh, wait, go back to the right. That's going to take you to the vines. Then you're going to climb up the vines. Then you go to the vines. You go to the left. Then you go, or you go to the right. Then you go back to the left. Then you go this way, diagonal like 2 o'clock. That way, then you climb up the vines. Guess where you're at? You're at the goddamn treehouse. Then you jump off the side of the treehouse. You start doing the vine surfing.
Yeah, the vine surfing. That
I
was
don't
cool.
even
That shit
know.
was cool.
What's the song? You know what I mean? I don't know
You'll
what
Be
the
in My
song
Heart.
is. I don't know how that goes. You know what I mean?
You'll be in my heart. I don't know the words.
Yeah, and so then you drop down off the vines. You're back at the camp. Then you can go right if you want. Guess what? Watch out! The leopard jumps out. It's the leopard. You know what I mean?
Fighting a leopard
lot.
is
I can
cool.
tell you why I can draw it. Let's keep it going because we got to get into this right away. We only have a couple more questions to get through. Alex J. Sandoval says, Tim, have you heard of Hex Evo? Just saw an ad for it. Might be the one left-handed controller you've been looking for.
This must be the one. That
Okay, we're looking it up, we're
everyone's
looking
tagged
it up.
me in.
Wait, are you
yes,
left-handed?
yes. No. But the dream of
This is how he wants to play.
Oh,
with the mouse
Yeah.
and then this. Yeah,
You're
so it's pretty damn good.
You're so cool,
Come
bro.
on.
you know Mike's
You're
left-handed.
so cool. Yeah, I'm left-handed.
Mike's
yeah.
left-handed.
But I would never do this. But
I
kinda wanna
keep
do
getting
this.
reminded of it every time we play softball, and he stands like the opposite way.
Wow.
I'm like, oh shit, yeah, Mike's about to.
You
hit
tell
one
him what
to
we're gonna
right
do
field. What up?
You tell me what we're gonna do next.
Oh yeah, we're signed up for soccer. Wait, are you signed up for soccer?
I'm signed up for soccer.
Okay, good.
I'm
Gotta kick it up. Si se puede.
I'm about to bend it like Beckham, baby.
Yeah, you
Are you
are, dude.
kidding me? Come on,
I'm about to be
let's
goalkeeper. I can't wait.
keep an eye out
Hold
for
on,
that.
real
That
quick.
sounds kind of lit.
I want to ask you some questions about Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, I'll do my
The
best.
voice actors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna know anybody.
Would you believe that Sora is voiced by Haley Joel Osment, the kid from Sixth Sense?
Never watched Sixth Sense. Give it to me again. I know what his face looks like.
Yeah.
He's been in something recently, right? Where we all like hated him because he was a bad guy or something weird.
He
Like
was in The Boys,
or
wasn't it?
something.
Mm-hmm.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Who's in The Boys?
Okay,
yeah. Kyrie is Hayden Panettiere.
The cheerleader.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, man, they're bringing in a big voice
Aerith.
cast. Who?
You met Aerith?
Oh, from Final Fantasy, the chick. Okay, the girl. Yeah.
Mandy Moore.
Well, she's only said like 3 lines.
But it's Mandy fucking Moore.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Yuffie was one
Yeah,
of the Final Fantasy
uh-huh.
people. Christy Carlson Romano.
I didn't
I
know
don't know
that.
who that is.
What the
Steven
fuck?
Stevens. Ren Stevens. Kim Possible.
Wait, does she only play her in
Kim
Kingdom Hearts?
Possible?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
that's amazing.
we got Sephiroth. You know
Okay.
Sephiroth?
He's the bad guy.
Do you know who Sephiroth's voiced by, Bless?
Shia LaBeouf. No, I'm just kidding.
Lance Bass.
Wait, really?
Yes.
That I knew. That I
I
remember.
didn't know
Oh,
that.
it wasn't this like his first ever like this was the first time Seth Rogen was ever voiced, right?
It was, and it was
So
Lance Bass.
it was Lance
yeah.
Bass. That's pretty lit. Good for
Oh,
him.
so it was probably the first
Good
time
for
Yuffie
him.
was voiced too, huh?
All right, let's rip it. Let's rip it. Jace the Drone, I promise to go chai for chai with you and Starfield, Mikey. We're going till Sunday morning, baby. God, Howard, give us strength. Yes, thank you so much, Jace. And we'll be drinking a lot of iced chais,
Shout
a
out
whole
God
lot of Mountain Dew Code Reds. Don't forget that this Thursday at 9 a.m. when the embargo lifts, you will not only get a Gamescast review with Parris, Lily, and the whole team here at Kinda Funny for Starfield, but you will also get the Ultra Marathon stream of Starfield here at Kinda Funny. I haven't played it at all. It'll be my first jumping into it. I cannot wait to play with all of you. We'll go for as long as you want it. You want to go to Sunday morning, you bring that support, and we'll make it happen, y'all. Let's keep it going. GameCat writes in one more time. RE4 and PSVR 2 will also be lit.
All right, is this Jim Ryan?
Thank you, GameCat. That's going to be lit. It's right. It's gonna be lit.
Please play VR Skater, please.
Yeah.
Tundra Boy says, will the
They have
Switch
my
ever
family.
get Mario Galaxy 2 ports?
You know, I think we will.
Okay.
And I feel silly for saying that, but I just think me and Bless are talking about where the Switch is at. Like, we are in its final days. And I think we have many ports ahead of us. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay. Okay. I
I
like
love Christy Carlson Romano.
Hell yeah, man. You follow her on
incredible.
TikTok? Spectacular follow.
Okay, I gotta
Follow on TikTok. A brown spot writes in and says, Tim, I'm about to buy an LG OLED. Can you hype me up on how much of a life changer it is? Will it be for me going from a Vizio to an LG C2? Man, I like those Vizios.
Let me tell you, man.
Remember when we went into Costco that one time, Tim? We looked
I'll
at them
never
all.
fucking forget, Mike, how offended I was. Real talk, here I am. It's 2023. I have had an LG OLED since 2016, and there has not been a single time that I haven't turned it on and been wowed. I fucking love it. I care about this more than a lot of people do. But for somebody that cares, I am still utterly surprised at how crisp, at how beautiful, at how black those blacks can be. It is so good. It's so fantastic. You're about to get an entirely new experience playing video games, watching shows, watching movies.
It's going to blow your mind.
It's freaking good.
Put on Planet Earth. Just
Put
get
on Planet
lost.
Earth.
Go put on
put
Planet
on
Earth. Get
Spider-Verse.
lost.
Play Horizon.
Yeah. Oh,
Understand what HDR actually is, because you ain't been seeing it yet.
You haven't
man.
seen it yet. You're about to. You're
So
about
good.
to, my friend. BT Maverick says, you're wrong. Out today, Under the Waves. I'm excited for that game.
I thought that was yesterday.
Well, they wrote in today, so thank you again for the super
we
chat.
go.
I'm
People
excited for
saying,
that game.
What about Burnin'?
What about Burnin'?
I've had multiple LG OLEDs. I've had one of them that is my like bedroom TV now since 2016, and there's no Burnin' on it.
Imagine if our faces got burned into the new LG screen. That's how it goes. Cozy Bear writes, despite its quiet release, I will still check out Goodbye Volcano High because KOOP is from my home city of Montreal. Have you ever played a game solely because its setting or developer repped your city?
Not for a video game, no.
Okay. You're
I
not like
feel like-
repping Double Fine? Like
No.
shout out to Tim Schafer.
I mean, shout out to Tim Schafer for sure, but I feel like
Goat.
yeah, I mean, I love them being SF based, but like I don't think of them as SF based, if that makes sense. Like that's not they're so big. They mean video games to me.
Yeah.
Double Fine is Double Fine, you know.
I play a lot of Ubisoft games because they're based out of San Francisco too. I just seen the
They're
Office
based
twice.
everywhere.
Seen the Office twice. I always look at it. Right, there it is.
Yeah,
There it is.
saying Office,
One day I'll
yeah.
go in there. You know what I mean? One day I'll go in.
I love that though. I think that's
Repping
super
your
cool,
city?
and
Yeah.
I understand the vibe, especially for indie dev and things like that. Like, yeah, I think that's really really cool and special. So, yeah, go for it. Co-op.
Anthony writes in and says, "Hey Mike, I binged Stinky Dragon last week. You and Andy killed it with your characters. Oh snap! I forgot about that.
I didn't know you did that.
Yeah, shout out to Rooster Teeth and the team over there. There's some incredible human beings that like to reach out to myself and like more talented people like Andy and like the rest of the crew. But they'll be like, hey, Mike, you want to voice this? I'm like, no, but I'll do it for you because I love you. And then I try and I'm like, man, that was bad. And then I send it to them and I never hear it because I don't want to hear it back. And so
But
yeah,
it's out there.
thanks for
Everyone listens
listening.
to
That's
it.
awesome. We did it. We had fun with that. Anthony R. Nope. David, Final Two, writes in and says, not a question, but I have to call out that Sandler's bat mitzvah movie, the kid his daughter has a crush on is named Andy Goldfarb.
Andy Goldfarb.
Yeah, I almost
Made me
clicked
laugh
on that
every
last
time.
night.
You should. It's a fun watch, man.
Really?
It is what it is. It's
Okay.
a middle school love story. Not a single thing happens that you don't see coming.
Yeah.
But we laughed a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Fun movie, well put together.
Because, you know, he be getting them checks from Netflix.
This
and
feels
some of
different.
these movies are like, oh, this is a hit or miss one.
He's
This
just
one is better?
producing this one.
Okay.
He's not, and he's in it too, but he's not the main character.
Okay.
There's enough shit in this one. The DJ Mike.
Yeah.
It's you in another life.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Okay. I like that. I'll check it out. You know what? I've been watching a lot on Netflix. Ballers. They put Ballers on Netflix.
Hell yeah.
You know, here's the issue. My Netflix, I don't know what it was, not running the episodes up like it used to. Back in the day, I would turn on Seinfeld before bed, and it would just run. Now, all of a sudden, it plays one episode of Ballers, then it stops. It's like, no. You just keep running. That's what I put you on for.
That's weird.
So now I got to go to HBO. I'm watching Curb Your Enthusiasm. They're running the episodes. Y'all know there's got to be noise, or else the Texas Chainsaw Massacre man might kill me in my sleep, you know?
Those are
So I
the
got to have
rules.
that. Final one, Al Tribeston writes in and says, Tim, my first SP was the NES edition, and I loved it.
Oh yeah, man. God, it's so good.
That's pretty rad.
The amount of hours I spent playing Pokemon Ruby on that, or Sapphire, I guess, on that thing. Walking around to Mervin's with my mom. She was spending
Mervin's. You know about Mervin's?
No.
Mervin's
What's
was,
Mervin's?
It's like,
J.C. Penney.
it's a step down. like
Ross.
a major step down
Like
from
Meijer?
Macy's. It's the Ross of Macy's.
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, what's the Ross of though? You know,
Also,
JCPenney?
Macy's.
It's just a much bigger Ross,
Wait, there's a bigger Ross.
but the quality of it is still Ross.
Okay.
The price
What's,
is Ross.
what's the one at Stonestown in the back
really hard to
corner?
imagine.
No, not Stonetown. This one.
Ceremony has 4 corners.
Exactly. So in that back corner by the big sports place, there's a Ross, I think, or something right there. They got
the
some.
Ross outside.
Yeah, exactly. I'm talking about outside. They got some cheap stuff over there.
They've
Go
had
check it out.
that mall has had everything. It's had a Nordstrom, it's had a Macy's, it's had a Mervyn's, it's had a JCPenney, it's had a TJ Maxx. All of them gone except for the Macy's. It's the only one remaining right now, and I don't think it's long for this world.
I love that.
Somebody said Mike's thinking of TJ Maxx. I was just talking to somebody about TJ Maxx recently.
They got all these different.
We were
things.
talking about TJ Maxx on the Kind of
Ross.
Funny Next Gen podcast out this weekend.
this weekend. Very special one.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. I'm their number one fan. I love watching and listening.
Were you
Big
there
fan.
for the last one? For yesterday?
No, he
you
wasn't
weren't here.
there. He wasn't here yesterday.
Yeah.
Kind of Funny best friends. This has been your KFGD Super Chat post show with myself and your 2 incredible show hosts. It is a lovely Tuesday, and we are far from done. We have some incredible content on the way, just like episode 5 of Kinda Munchies being live streamed right now on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames, and of course over on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. If you're watching the old KFGD link, guess what? We have a brand new YouTube video up. You can jump into that live stream, have some fun, because here's how it's going. We're ranking some pizzas. We're having some fun eating some pizzas. And then your boy, Mike is playing part 5 of my Kingdom Hearts playthrough. So if you want more Kingdom Hearts content, do not miss out on this afternoon. Then after that, we look forward to Starfield on Thursday. So much coming your way. There's a review. There's a FAQ Xcast episode right in to kindoffunny.com/Xcast with all of your burning questions for the team to answer after the review. And then, of course, my big marathon stream here with the team at Kinda Funny Thursday morning. It's going down as long as you want it. We will stream all the way through the big weekend if you want it. Until then, thank you for watching. Goodbye.